What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the one and only, yes, your best friend, of course. Drop gems. We're gonna drop another gem. The Good Son, 1993. The Good Son here, featuring Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood. These two stars, these two actors, get together, young in their careers, of course, and they try to make a thriller for you guys, a drama thriller. Do they accomplish the feat? Well, that's up to the masses. And 6.4. Not bad. I mean, not bad, right? Not bad for a movie back in '93. I want to discuss, of course, give my thoughts. Spoilers ahead. Get the fuck off my channel if you don't like that. If you don't like the language either, skip it. But yeah, so my thoughts on the movie freestyle. Then we freestyle the plot, and that's it. We wrap this shit up. This awesome movie rant. Yes, it's an awesome movie rant. So let's get into it. My thoughts first off is this movie could have been so much better. Of course, everyone says Macaulay. Some people say Macaulay does well. Some people say he doesn't fit the role. I mean, look at this picture here, how you market this movie. To me, it's all about marketing with this movie, guys. I think it fails with the marketing. You do have Macaulay as your star, Mr. Culkin here. I mean, to me, at moments in this movie, he does. There's good lines like this line here. He's like, "If I drop you, you think you could fly?" It's good. It's a good. You give him good lines, guys. So it's good fucking lines for a deviant little bastard. So he pulls it off well at times, but there's lots of times where at the end and all this stuff, it's not believable. It's just not believable. Some things that he does. There's this one part though where they throw this dummy off this highway, off this bridge onto a highway, causing a pileup, a car crash pileup. That's fucking wild when I saw that. And I was a kid when I saw this guy, so it was pretty. It was okay, but I remember not being impressed by Mr. Culkin here because I knew who he was, I knew what movies he did, I knew what kind of actor he was, and I knew what they were trying to pull off. And Elijah did it well, did it really great. Elijah was believable. I fell for Elijah Wood. Mr. Wood here doing his thing, trying to overcome Culkin and his deviant little schemes and his little pestering ass, but his fake ass basically. And another thing is like the concept, the plot, like how this kid has gotten away with acting like this, smoking cigarettes or whatever have you. He gets Elijah Wood to smoke a cigarette. Your mom would bust your ass. She would smell that. Look at that. Fuck out of here, dude. Your mom would have your ass having those cigarettes, and where you get them and hold them, she would be smelling them. I mean, you can't do that easily. So that stuff like that's not too believable as well. But whatever, man. I'm not gonna break down. We're gonna break down this movie. That's what we do, and that's what we're doing. So we're ranting on it. Fuck that. Awesome rant. I suggest you watch it. If you haven't watched it, why haven't you watched it? It has a great ending. So we're gonna go over this shit. Let's go. That's all I gotta say about it. Let's get into the plot. Wrap this shit up. The movie made some money, man. It made 17 million. I wanted to point out that it cost to make, and then you get 60 million right there. Boom, right off Culkin. And the story, Mr. Wood here, Mr. Elijah Wood. So, anyways, let's go to it. You start out with Mr. Wood here. You meet him, and apparently here his dad's going to send him off to live with relatives because his mother passed away, and his dad has to work, go on a trip. David Morse is in this, guys. He's cool. You'll know him from a couple films. Disturbia, we awesomely ranted on. So, anyways, he's in this movie as a young buck, and he takes his son Elijah Wood to the relatives, his sister's house or what have you, and so his sister takes care of Mr. Wood, and Elijah meets Macaulay Culkin here. And basically the movie focuses on Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood, how they live together, and how Culkin terrorizes people and Elijah Wood, basically terrorizes Elijah Wood as he does these violent acts and terrorizes other people to terrorize Wood here. So it's a good little thing there, it's not too bad. So anyways, you meet Macaulay Culkin at first, and he's nice at first, of course. You warm up to him a little bit. There's nothing really dynamic there, but you like Elijah Wood, and you want him to settle in here. You want him to be part of the family. Excuse me. So we want him to be part of the family, what have you. But you can see there's a little, like, distrust here between, I don't know why, already in this movie, but there's a little, like, I guess because he's just a little bit, he doesn't know them. So his aunt or whatever, he's not really his aunt, his uncle, his nieces. Anyways, he warms up to Macaulay here really quick. Macaulay takes him around town, takes him around the neighborhood, shows him some things. It starts off all right, but then things starts getting a little fucked up, and Macaulay here starts doing things like, barking at the dog's face and all that shit, risking his ass a little bit for adrenaline rushes, smoking the cigarettes as you see there, teasing the dog, talking about maybe hurting the dog. Things start to escalate here. So day after day, things start to escalate, and Mr. Wood here is very just blown away by Macaulay Culkin here. You can see that. See that? He's like, oh shit, what the fuck is this kid doing? So McCulkin does a lot of weird shit and a lot of crazy shit, honestly. And there's this. So we come to this part here where McCulkin says, come with me. I'm gonna do a prank or whatever. So, Wood follows him, and he does. He has a dummy or whatever he's been working on, man. This shed. McCulkin. Macaulay here has his own little shed, a cool little shed, and he keeps shit in there and does projects or what have you, stores things. And he takes his dummy out, and like I said, from the bridge there, drops it onto this highway, and it causes a massive car pile up. I don't know what the fuck happened. It was on the news after they got home. That's how bad it was. And Mr. Wood here is just shitting his drawers, his Daisy Dukes, his dungarees, whatever you want to say. He's fucking his little Buster Browns, and he can't believe what Culkin has done. He doesn't want to. He wants to say something to someone, but he can't. Because Culkin is threatening him, saying, "I'll fucking kill everyone. I'll kill my sister. I'll kill." He's threatening his own sister, guys. And apparently, Mr. McCulkin's little brother here. They mention it some part in the movie that his little brother has passed away, drowned in the bathtub. So Mr. Culkin could be suffering from trauma here. Losing his little brother, just acting out. That's a possibility. I think he runs it by his psychiatrist or what have you, his therapist, Mr. Wood, because he has a therapist out there since his mother passed away. So, makes sense. Very young children, And anyways, so Culkin has escalated, and he starts to escalate more. I think he kills that dog or what have you. But he's showing signs that he's a psychopath. He's showing signs that he's got problems, maybe even socially, or socially something. This guy's not really there. So, anyways, he does a lot of shit, like I said, blah, blah, blah. And the mother starts to kind of like, focus a little more on what's happening here with her son. I think she's just been oblivious to this shit for a while. So she starts to focus a little more when Elijah's around and everything, and he's trying to tell her, and she doesn't want to hear it, but she must have had a sense that something was wrong with this fucking kid. So, anyways, she starts to pick up on it. She goes to McCulkin's shed one day, Mr. Culkin's shed, and she finds a rubber ducky, and it was his little brother's little rubber ducky, and she confronts him because he appears in the shed behind her, whatever, and he's like, what? And he's trying to play it off and be all sweet to her and mommy talk her, and she's like, no, 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 why do you have this? Why are you keeping this here? I was looking for it. I wanted it. It was in the tub when he died. You know how important that memento, that last thing might be that he played with. And yeah, she comes to the realization that Mr. Culkin here has killed his little brother back in the day, under her nose. He was jealous or what have you, a psychopath, I don't know. Wow. So he killed his little brother. They tried throwing the twist there, but does it work? Does the twist work? Leave your comment down below about that twist, please. That would be awesome. Yeah, it works. It works for me. It worked then, back in '93 when I saw this on rental, '94, what have you. That's when I saw it, and yeah, it worked for me then, and it still works now. So, okay, so she finds that out, and he's trying to get out of there. So he runs. She follows. They confront each other on a cliff. Mr. Wood is there as well. He arrives because he wants to. He arrives. He knows what Mr. Culkin is capable of. He knows the mother is alone with Mr. Culkin. That's bad fucking news. What a heroic kid. What a part for him. You believe that he cares so much, and he's going to help. So he goes to try to help. They fight, these two kids, because what happens is before the fight of the two children here on the cliff, Mr. Culkin tries to sweet talk, of course, his mother and get the jump on her and push her off the cliff. So she's hanging off the cliff when Mr. Wood arrives. So that's when Culkin and Wood fight, and she's able to bring herself up off the cliff and watch this fight. And as the fight happens, she can't react fast enough, so they roll off the cliff, and she's able to catch them, though, react that fast enough to catch them both, one in each hand, hanging from this cliffside, and she can't hold them both. She can't hold them both. I'm looking for a picture of this shit. She can't hold them both. She has to let one of them go. Will it be her own son, or will it be Mr. Wood here, her nephew. And anyways, so there it is. Oh, that's him holding him. But anyways, there it is. So she ends up letting go of her own son, Mr. Culkin here, because he's trying to sweet talk her again to not letting her go, to let Elijah Wood go, basically. So you could tell there's still some bad shit. There's always going to be bad shit in him. She knows it. She has to do it. She wants to save Mr. Wood. She does. She lets go of her own flesh and blood son. He falls to the cliffside and dies. The water takes him into the ocean, and Mr. Wood is pulled up by the mother. They hug, they embrace. It's emotional. Yes, it's emotional. Definitely emotional. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, that part was emotional. You're following these kids. You're following the mother. Get the fuck out of here, man. So, anyways, you think it's the right decision? At least I do. Leave your comments down below if you think it is or not. I'm sorry. Really be appreciated. Anyways, so let's wrap this rant up. This awesome rant movie. That's all it deserves. So, anyways, yeah, that's how it ends. And yeah, that's it. So, thanks guys for listening to this awesome rant, and I hope you enjoyed this movie. And fuck it off. Peace.